Hello, I want to go over some of the rainfall totals that we've had today. Again, heavier rain was off to the west, further east, not so much, but we still have some showers out there, and some of these showers are pretty heavy. Um, Go to the radar here, you'll see that got a few of these showers here. They're very small, but they're pretty heavy. I mean, not to the point of being flash flood warning criteria like further west in Jersey, but they were pretty heavy. Um, and they caused some issues here in Mineola. It doesn't take a whole lot to cause flooding, and I have a video because I was sort of caught in one, and I was trying to stay dry. You could see what happens in Mineola every time it rains. But anyway, let's talk about these rainfall totals. They have not. The Weather Service has not put a map up or what should I say a report up yet, but we got a decent amount of rain here in Nassau County, around an inch of rain we got today, and then as you make your way further east in Suffolk County, much less. You're further out east, you're mostly dry. The core of the heaviest rain was actually off to the west, now close to an inch and a half in Central Park there, 1.36. But look at some of these areas in central Jersey. Mountainside, 3.47, 2.46 in Plainfield, 2 to 3 inches in some of these areas here. I guess this is in Middlesex County, 3.15 in Hillsborough, 3.28. That's a lot of rain. So that's why they had some flash. And it looks like there is a coastal flood advisory. But there were some flash flood warnings. This is further south. But there were also some dense fog advisory. Decent amount of rain also in Toms River, around an inch. So Jersey really got a lot of rain. So I think when they come out with the drought report tomorrow, this is all going to be yanked off of any drought because that's a lot of rain for Jersey, and that should make up for much of the deficit that has fallen in these areas. Manville, which is an area that has flooding, 2.35, looks like 1 to 2 inches of rain. So they got, we're going to have to check the rivers and lakes too in this area as well. Not so much an issue for our area, but along Long Island, but definitely you could see where the heavy rain did fall over Jersey. They had some flash flood warnings out in that area as well. So I'm going to go to the actual rivers and lakes monitors and see if we have any elevated rivers. I got to find it, of course. Here it is. And let's see what we have here. I kind of changed the way this viewer works a little bit. Okay, do we have any? We do have some rivers that are high in yellow. Nothing terrible. And it's mainly because we've been in a drought, so I don't think we'll have any river flooding. Most of the flooding is just like flash flooding that happens when you get a lot of rain of roads and stuff, of course. That kind of stuff. But yeah, they got a decent amount, very good amount of rain over there for sure. An excellent amount of rain over there. So we'll just go to our climate report here. For Islip, you'll see we barely got anything today. Barely anything. 0.12 at Islip. But again, the further west you were, you did a lot better with the rain. So we go to Central Park. When they took this observation, they got 0.85 inches. This was at 4 o'clock. 0.85 for the day. Very good amount of rainfall in that area, which is definitely Newark. Newark probably got even more than that. They got 0.93. So, again, you have other areas that got even more than that. So, we'll go to the Wonder Map as well and take a look at these rainfall amounts, too. And, again, western parts of Long Island also did pretty good as well. And, again, this is as of midnight. You'll see definitely over an inch in a lot of areas of Nassau County. So, over an inch in a lot of areas. So, look at that. 1.38 in Williston Park. That's pretty good. 1.2. Now, as you go further east, still in Bethpage, still around an inch, but as you go further east into Suffolk, I think it starts dropping off. Deer Park, you get 0.67, and then as you head further east to Sagatos, then you're under a quarter of an inch. So, not really a rain event for Long Island so much more than west, especially for Suffolk County, I should say. But for Nassau, and Nassau really got a good soaking today, as well as the city. And, of course, New Jersey as well, looking at some of these numbers here that we have. Again, Trenton, some of these areas, you had 2.48 as you head there, over an inch in some of these areas. 2 inches. Of course, this is as of midnight, but you still see a good amount of rain in this area here. Over an inch in a lot of these areas here. Over an inch in Toms River, too. So, good amount of rain should really be helpful with mitigating any. I don't think we'll have to worry about any more wildfire situations in Jersey. However, in Canada, it's a different story. I'm just going to touch on that. I shared these images with you last night of some of the smoke that was coming out of these wildfires. This is in Manitoba, or east of Winnipeg. We also have wildfires in Minnesota as well. So whenever we do, you can see here's another satellite image of that smoke and another one there. And you can see the concern is that we may be dealing with haze in our skies again eventually when we push this wet weather out of the way. So I'll briefly just go over what we've got here on the map. You see there's your cutoff low right there. And you see it doesn't really move that much day 2, day 3. It doesn't really move that much at all. And you can see the excessive rain. Let's click on that for day 1, day 2. You can see it doesn't look like they have us in a risk zone for excessive rain. Storm Prediction Center, however, it does get interesting. Day 2, all right, not so much tomorrow, but then as we get into day 3, Friday, and perhaps Saturday, we might need another weather alert for some possible severe thunderstorms as well, as we get to see some more instability in the air. So looking at the satellite, we'll just go to the CONUS view because this cutoff low is so freaking large. And you can see here it is right here. It's just taking up so much real estate. No thunderstorms with any of these showers that we had. If we go to the, let's see if there's any lightning being. All right, there is some thunderstorms offshore. So it's going to be interesting if this activity winds up making it into our area or not. So let's go look at the models. Excuse me. And just go over the next couple of days here. It won't be as wet as today, but you'll still see shower chances. Go to the European, you'll still see shower chances here, but not quite as widespread as today. And going into Friday, that we have to worry about possible severe weather. Though it looks like maybe that Saturday might be the more best day for that going forward. So go to the HRRR. And you'll see that there'll still be spot showers. There's another complex that comes through in the morning. Then during the day there might be a spot shower or maybe even a thunderstorm. Not really as much rain as today. But Friday it kind of just dries that piece out, that piece of energy as it comes in. And I think the one on Saturday looks a lot more impressive. That would probably be our next. Probably Saturday would be our next. Weather alert for some severe weather, perhaps. But for right now, it's just going to be scattered showers, and it really won't really add up to all that much more additional rain. Though some areas where the showers hit could see an additional maybe a half inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, if the showers are heavy enough and go over the same areas. We'll go over the NAM as well. I only have 36 hours of the NAM, and similar idea. This goes through Friday morning. Similar idea as well here again. So luckily we did not see the sucky drizzle materialize yet. It could still materialize. We haven't seen it yet. It looks like the NAM is trying to have some fog perhaps in the morning. So we might need dense fog advisory for that. And then you'll see a spot shower, maybe a thunderstorm tomorrow. Going back to the HRRR, I'm going to look at the dew points and wind flow. You'll see not really much changes here. We do go from an easterly flow to a little more of a south-southeasterly flow tomorrow, which is going to bring in more humid air, and it's going to feel more muggy than the raw chill that we had today. And then as we get to Friday, it'll be probably even muggier again with the southeasterly flow. All right, and that obviously sets the stage for some more pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Going into tomorrow, obviously it's not going to cool off that much tonight. Tomorrow, not going to be that warm because we're going to have plenty of clouds around, no sunshine. But it'll be a little warmer than today, and it's going to feel a little more muggy. Upper 60s probably. Maybe some inland areas see low 70s. And then not really much cooling on, obviously, maybe coastal areas will cool down a little more. to the upper 50s to low 60s. And then for Friday, it does warm up a little bit more, especially west of the city where we see a little more sunshine. And it could be closer to 80 there, whereas here it'll probably be in the low 70s. There may be some peaks of sunshine, but I don't really see a whole lot of clear sky. So we'll go look at the RGM here. And obviously, as we go into tomorrow, plenty of clouds. We'll start off with fog, maybe a little brightening in the afternoon. Friday is the day that we might see a little more in the way of maybe some sunshine trying to break through. But you still see the fog being shown right through there. So we're going to be dealing with that because we have humid air. And if we go over our sea surface temperatures, which I'll go over now. Let's do that. Trying to find it. Let's see if we can get some buoys here. They're still pretty chilly, so when you have dew points that are that warm, let's see, we got a buoy here. Sea water temperature is 56 degrees. No, that's the max min. Where's the water temperature? Does not say. What about this one? Does this want to give us a water temperature? Does not want to give us a water temperature. Okay. They don't feel like giving us water temperatures for whatever reason. That's lovely. But the water temperature's cooler, so we have that flow off the water, and not sure why it's not giving us that, but if I go here, it'll show it. Nope. Oh, yeah, water temperature 55, it said. So, yeah, mid-50s, and you have dew points in the 60s. Obviously, you're going to get fog. You're going to definitely see fog. And those water temperatures, let's see what the anomalies are, if we have any anomalies. Oh, yeah, they're above normal. Well, that's not a good sign. So, anyway, so that's pretty much what we're going to be dealing with the next couple of days. And again, we'll go to the Ventus sky, just look at a few other things here, Cape and fog potential, obviously visibility. So we'll go to that. We'll go to the visibility. We'll use our Ventus sky, and it's showing, again, some reductions in visibility here. Let's move this to tomorrow or in the morning, and it's definitely showing that there could be fog or drizzle. I'm hoping it's just fog, but again, it could tend to burn off, especially away from the water by later. But again, there is the potential that we could see some sucky drizzle, particularly along the shoreline area, South Shore and stuff, tomorrow, along with the fog. So as far as it being a dry day goes, we won't see the widespread shower activity that we saw today, but it's still going to feel pretty damp out there, and really not a whole lot of improvement for Friday as well. So we may still be dealing with some of that. So it won't be great to be outside, especially on the South Shore, if we get that sucky drizzle. That's, of course, very hard to predict, as you know. But when you have fog, there's always the potential for drizzle, and that could be a problem for us for the next couple of days. So I think that will wrap things up. I don't think we'll have any Cape tomorrow. We'll go ahead and look at that for tomorrow. And it is showing a little more inland here. So it actually is showing some. So could be the potential for some thunderstorm activity, perhaps, inland. I don't think any severe. But as we get to Friday, there's definitely a much better potential of that, particularly over New Jersey. But along the coast, where we got the stratus and the fog and perhaps some drizzle, probably not. Because, again, if this is 5 o'clock on Friday, and you see that we have a marine layer, if we look at the temperatures, you'll see we're in the marine layer here. Temperatures are only in the 60s, but if you go west into New Jersey, you got near 80, and it's humid, too. So that's the recipe for thunderstorms. So that's pretty much what we're going to be dealing with for the rest of this week.